Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and I decided that with all the Twitch Plays Pokemon madness that you might as well do an Omastar and Omanyte review for Lord Helix. So, what I was thinking with Omanyte, you could probably get the best out of him by just trying to really make him tanky and eviolite. I was running some damage calculations on it, and he is really hard to one-hit KO. Garchomp, unless it's a choice band adamant Garchomp, won't be able to one-hit KO him. A lot of other Pokemon, Mega Kangaskhan, won't be able to straight up one-hit KO him. So that does mean he is a very reliable Pokemon to set up. And by doing so, I decided that what I want to do is to go with an Impish Nature. By going with the Impish Nature, you're pretty much catering to that high defense stat that he has, and then you don't have to put any more investment into it, which is pretty awesome. So with the rest of the hit points, I kind of spread out his EVs, put 252 into hit points, 252 into special defense. What this does is it gets the most out of his special defense and hit points since they are low, and because of the EVs being flat stats, as I have mentioned in the past, one stat point is 4 EVs, roughly, so you can get to the point where even if they have low base stats, if you put in full EV investment, it gets saved pretty well. So even though he has 35 hit points, or base hit points, it would normally be 211 at level 100, but I decided to max it out, and it does give him a ton of extra points right there. Same with special defense, not the best, and then they get saved, but since defense is already high, all you need to do is put the nature on him. I went with an Impish Nature. You can also do anything that really, you can do Impish, one that lowers defense and attack, which not sure which one that is. You can go bold, and you can also lower defense and speed, so relaxed. You can do any of those natures since you're not being offensive. As long as you don't harm the special defense, you're pretty good. So let's go to the item. Item is eviolite. If the holder species can evolve, Omanyte can. Its defense and special attack are raised by 50%, or it becomes like 1.5 times the value. Which means that now we're actually pulling some really good stats. This is going to be 390 defense, and this is going to be over 300 special defense. Which means he can take some good hits. Then we also have the abilities. Shell Armor, I think that's just the best one. Swift Swim, unless you're doing a Rain Dance team, I feel it's still not worth it because the speed is so low. So Shell Armor, you just don't want to get crit. You don't want to take more damage than you need to. That's fine. Now, onto the moveset. I was deciding that with Omanyte, Stealth Rock, Spikes setup is really good for him because he's really hard to one-hit KO. A lot of things are 2, 3, sometimes a 4-hit KO if they're not ready for you. And if they're a Pokemon that's setting up as well, you're going to be able to be about as tanky as them, just as Omanyte, which is really nice. So you set up your Stealth Rocks, you go into Spikes and whatnot. Also, because Omanyte is so tanky, if they have a Pokemon that has been setting up, you can maybe come in and, if they aren't out of control yet, use Haze to eliminate their stat changes. And now you pretty much got a free Haze reset, and then you can go into your Stealth Rocks with Spikes. I have Protect just because it's just a nice move to have. Never know when your opponent is going to be using a 2-turn move, or when you just need to buy some time, like if you have a Toxic from a previous Pokemon or something. Just try to be annoying where you can be. You could also go with Toxic Spikes, but I feel that that's way too much overkill, too much setup. You can also go with just straight up Toxic. Something like this works really well. And that's how I would run Omanyte. Omastar, however, the Lord's final form is much different. I want to go with a just straight up Shell Smash and Focus Sash combo with the ability Swift Swim, because with Shell Armor, you're not getting benefit because you're not really anticipating not getting one hit. Or you at least are going to endure a move, and after that you kind of don't want to get hit. So with the Focus Sash Shell Smash combo, it's always really risky because if you get hit by any priority, your game is over. However, until that point, you can really run away on top on your opponent. So the idea here is I've kind of split up his stats, give him some good attack. That way we can make him mixed with the Shell Smash, as well as complementing his super high special attack and his not great speed, but Shell Smash is what that's for. You know, you shed your shell, you lose a ton of weight, and now you're stronger for it, even though you're a bit more fragile. So if you look at Omastar, he does have good defensive stats, but since you're using Shell Smash, I just feel that you're better off having the Focus Sash, guaranteeing that Shell Smash is going off instead of the White Herb. With the white herb, you might just get one-hit KO by a grass move, or you might just take a really strong hit and now you're done. So I would like to go with a mild nature, any nature that reduces defense or special defense. I don't remember the next one, so let's go find it here. It's good special attack and bad special defense, rash nature. So mild or rash nature is what we're looking for. And then even then, you're going to have some huge stats, you know. 350 for a stab rock slide. That's going to take out your Talonflame. That's going to take out your Charizards. Then we also have 700, what will become a 700 special attack for your Stab Scald, coverage Ice Beam, and over 400 speed, so you'll be able to outspeed a lot of Pokemon. Idea is you just want to get that first Shell Smash set up, and now you are ready to just go to town on your opponents. And as long as your Focus Sash, like if they are setting up and you use Shell Smash, that's also really good, keeps your Focus Sash safe. You just want to make sure they don't have some kind of move that can priority when you're at 1 hit point. Then that's kind of not okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this strategy. You know, just Omanyte, he can be a good Pokemon. Setting up, his stats aren't really high enough to really get a lot of use out of the Shell Smash. And since he is unevolved, it's just good to see throwing on an eviolite, getting a lot of damage reduction on him. Whoop, wrong page. And then if we go to Omastar, we have all these other good stats. Like his special attack gets pretty ridiculous if you just go full investment. 361 is nothing to laugh at. I decided, you know, balancing out those stats, making him really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And one criticism I've been getting a lot with the Smogon thing, that hi phone, that I should probably be working on is just going a bit more in depth about the strategy. I've gotten really too comfortable about how I do the strategy guides, it feels. Because I'll be like, oh, all my fans should know what these things down here mean next. When really I think I should try to explain it a bit more. Because when you're doing Showdown, I feel I don't have to talk about the nature every time. Because I feel like I get repetitive for all the people that keep coming back. If I'm like, now if we go down here and look at the nature, instead of just being like plus, minus, just know you want the plus here, you want the minus here. I've been kind of implying that a lot. Same with kind of the items and moves and stuff. Just, I feel I could go over the base stats a little better, explain the reasoning yet again, even though I've done that quite a lot in my earlier videos. I just like doing all these crazy things, trying to make it to where, you know, you have the best coverage against the most things possible kind of idea. Same with Omanyte, you know. I really like doing it. Oh, let's go to, who was I on? There we go. I really like doing it to where, you know, if you put the positive stat in the higher nature, you don't need to give it any EV investment, and then you can go to hit points and special defense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all, except I pulled up XSplit way too early, have a nice day.